Hello, and welcome to this afternoon's session called Staying on Top of Your Project Budget within Jira using Tempo Timesheets and Tempo Cost Tracker. My name is Lisa Bracegirdle, and I'm a solution architect at Tempo. Today I'm going to demo two of our apps on cloud that integrate with Jira called Tempo Cost Tracker and Tempo Timesheets, and show you how together they can help project managers monitor the financial health of their projects. A little bit about Tempo. First, Tempo began as an Icelandic software company, which was founded in 2009. Fast forward to today, Tempo is one of the top app vendors in the Atlassian marketplace with more than 20,000 customers. We offer 4 different apps that integrate with Jira and are sold separately. On cloud, they're Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, and Tempo Cost Tracker. And on-premise, they're Tempo Timesheets, Tempo Planner, and Tempo Budgets. Before I start the demo, it's important to know that in order to use Tempo Cost Tracker, you'll also need Tempo Timesheets installed. This is because Cost Tracker leverages the data from Tempo Timesheets and translates the log time on our issues into labor costs, expenses, and revenue. It's a really easy to use solution that delivers a financial snapshot towards a project budget that you define with a single Jira filter. Most use cases that I've come across tell us that project managers need to understand how much their project is costing them at any given time. In addition to this, their financial department also wants to understand the split between capitalized and operational work. So let me show you how this works. So to begin, I'm in the Jira view where a project manager would go into their project, such as this one that has already been created, the Tempo implementation project. I'll display the issues that are linked with this project. And then this is where the project manager would create a filter and save it so that you can use it in Tempo Cost Tracker. So let's pretend I created my filter called Filter Tempo Implementation. And now let's go back to Tempo. So on the left navigation panel, you'll see our cost tracker icon here. And project manager will want to create a Tempo project by clicking on Create Project and then typing in the name, whatever they choose. And then pulling in the scope that I mentioned I had created earlier. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Here is where you would enter a default hourly rate and select your currency. Click Create and Configure. And we go to the configuration page where it shows you the view of the name you called this cost tracker project. You indicated US dollars. Here we're going to say that the department gave me $10,000 for this project. And we're going to define the project. So let's say it started on the 31st of March. And we're going to take care of this project until the end of April. So that's setting up your cost tracker project. Now we need to add some data so that people can log their time against this project. So on the left navigation, you'll see the My Work icon, which is Tempo Timesheets. This is Taylor's timesheet view for the week of April the 4th, and we can see columns showing various dates for this week. Today being Monday, we can see some activities that have been listed down here, but first I'm going to show you how easy it is to log time. You hover over the log time button, and we can search for issues on this Tempo implementation project. So let's say Taylor wants to log some time against this issue, and click log time. It's that easy. With Tempo Timesheets, there's many ways to log time. The choice is up to you. We have this list view. There's also a timesheet view that a lot of people prefer. Also with Tempo Timesheets, we have another easy and efficient way of logging time. It's with the activity feed. So if you integrate providers such as Jira, Google or Office 365 Calendar, VS Code, JetBrains, when you're working in these items, they will show up as activity suggestions. It's helpful to remember what you did during your day. So for example here, Taylor has a Google meeting activity indicating that it was 45 minutes long. Just with one click, she can convert this Google Calendar into a work log up here. The same goes for the dark blue cards. These are Jira activities indicating that Taylor was in this issue, TI-7, for about 30 minutes. And if she's in agreement with this card, again, she can click it with just one click or edit it if she wants to add some time. Another way to log time is you don't have to be in the My Work homepage view. You can be in the Jira issue view itself. So if I go back to Jira, I'm in the Tempo implementation project, and here we're seeing the list of issues that roll up to this project. So developers don't have to be in the Tempo Timesheets My Work homepage view. They can be here, and Tempo is integrated right here as well. And a developer can quickly log their time by clicking on the log time button. And the nice thing, it pulls in the issue automatically, and we'll log some more time against this project. If we look to the right, with all of our apps, Tempo Accounts is a core feature that comes for free. So if someone were to enable the Tempo custom field in the Jira issue view here, what it does is that Tempo Accounts allows you to track an additional dimension of your time. Meaning, for example, this TI-7 is related to operational expenses that a finance person has tagged it with. Or if we look at another issue, this one as well. Some of them are linked to CapEx as well. This one's linked to CapEx. So you can easily track CapEx and operational expenses. Now let's go back to our cost tracker project, now that we've logged some time, and see it roll up in Tempo Cost Tracker. Here on the project list page are all the cost tracker projects, and I had just created the Tempo implementation project. This is the reminder of the scope I pulled in and my budget. So far we're under budget. If I click into the project, we are now on the Overview tab, where you can see on the right panel a triple constraint KPI feature, which shows you the progress really quickly on your project. And the new feature that has been added to this panel is that it can track your CapEx and OpEx hours and costs right here. The overview page is showing you our budget was $10,000, and we have almost $4,000 remaining. Here we can see the labor. We're met with a series of tabs. The scope tab allows us to see the scope that we pulled in, and it's also the area that you can export to CSV. The team view lets you see who is logging their time against this project and the costs related to their hours. And the expenses tab is just a plug and play where you can add any expenses like legal fees, food, travel to this project. And the configuration tab is exactly where we started off. So now we've seen the full cycle of logging our time and tracking our costs with Tempo Cost Tracker. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Is it possible to have kind of like a budget level reminders when my budget is rising and maybe I reach 50% of the budget or maybe 75% of the budget, that some group or people or whatever gets a reminder that the level is reaching on some levels?
Yes, right here on the configuration page, you can set a main budget, or like you were asking, you can set budget milestones instead. So I could set 5,000 and then the next period of time add another 5,000 stepping stone. So with the budget milestone tab, you can do that.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And what about budget changes? Sometimes it happens that budgets arises and it is not like a new budget, this is a change of the budget. Is that somehow possible to track that in the same configuration?
So this is plug and play. So if it suits your use case, you can change the budget right here in this line item.
Okay.
Yeah, I can add to that as well. Yeah. So I can add to that. So you're able to change the budget over time, but we do not keep the historical change. So if you change it, it's going to change for the whole project. So, but a really good feature request.
Can you talk a little bit more about the CapEx, OpEx? Is it just a tagging, or is there any kind of deeper dive? Because that's always a main issue, problem, generating that report at the end of the year.
Sure. So with Tempo Timesheets, in the Jira issue, what you can do is tag, sorry, I don't mean to say tag, add the Tempo account custom fields in the Jira view, and that way someone perhaps with permissions in your financial department can set every single issue against particular Tempo accounts you create. So for example, your CapEx account might be linked with one issue and an OpEx one linked with another issue. If sometimes there are different reasons why one issue might be CapEx versus OpEx, then there's another way you can configure that in your time record with work attributes.
Hi. I really like the Tempo budget because it's so simple. I really like Tempo Cost Tracker because it is so complex. But that's one of our problems. Last time, we met a customer who would like to tracking costs by issue, per issue. So he has hundreds of issues, and one issue means one project. And it's a really, really overhead to create a new filter and a new Tempo cost tracker project to manage expenses. Are you planning to create some kind of simpler app or like a Tempo budget in cloud?
I'll let my manager answer that one.
Yeah, I can speak very loud. But we have the budget APIs for cost tracker where you can create automatically the cost tracker project and the scope within it, so you don't need to manually create it. If that possibly helps.
Yes, it's happening to work around.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can talk maybe more this week, about your issue. Okay, or I'll see you tonight. Yes. Sounds good.
Any other questions?
Okay, great. Thank you very much.